American government to collapse by the summer of 2024, maybe fall of 2024. Yes, the bringer of bad news, run to the hills, the fear porn master. It is I, Mike Martins. Everything is pointing, everything, financially, economically, um, through different means. We are seeing socially, multiple means. Everything's pointing to summer fall of 2024 of an American government collapse. I'm seeing more of a Soviet style American government collapse. Everything's pointing towards it. I mean, everything. Um, Economically, things are obviously, we know what's going on. We were telling you Amerifornia was coming. We were warning you that America will turn into California, right? Multiple layers of government, unemployment, um, and poop on the streets. And we were warning you guys with this whole last election that happened down in the United States. And it's a problem. Everything's pointing towards this more of a kind of a Soviet style collapse. Um, that's what I'm seeing. Everything's pointing towards that. They constantly trying to tinker around with the debt ceiling and making sure that they could borrow as much as they can for all these politicians that are on the hook and the accountability that's on the table. I could see America going into full blown civil war by the summer or fall of 2024. Full blown. People have had enough. People have had enough with any politicians because people are getting tired, getting the wool pulled over their eyes. Now, this is just something I don't know. It just everything's indicating towards that, and I could be dead wrong about it, and I'm just spreading the fear porn to get more clicks or to get you guys to, you know, subscribe and stuff. No, got 5,000 plus videos. If people wanted to subscribe to this channel, they would have many years ago. So it's not about that. I already know my position. I already know what it's. I get it. I'm seeing more and more controlled opposition on. I used to see it on a semi-monthly basis. Now it's just coming on like inflation. I'm seeing them left, right, pop up from every single angle. 2024. Everything. The debt load. Now it's not just the American administration that's creating this debt and these proxy wars and all the BS that they're doing. There's more at hand here. There's consumer private debt. A lot of people are over leveraged, like in Canada. Okay, so people in America don't know how good they have it when they see a $70,000 house in rural Alabama. A house in rural Canada starts at $3, 4, 5, 6, $700,000 with not a single job in sight from maybe 40, 50 minutes to an hour drive, and that's probably working at a gas station. So Americans don't know how good they've had it, how good they have how their country was put together properly at the start with a proper constitution, with a proper Bill of Freedoms, the Bill of Rights, all this stuff that was composed and put together by the founding fathers, because they knew what was happening in Europe. They knew the tyranny that could be brought here, right? And the South knew it. In the southern United States, the Confederacy knew it, and that's why they wanted to secede from the North. They didn't want to pay money to the crown, so they seceded. And look what happened. Now it's all about freeing the slaves. But nobody ever looks beyond that. Nobody ever looks and questions, and I don't know. I don't want to go blah, blah, blah on this video too much. All I want to say is that, do you guys see something happening in 2024 in the summer and fall of 2024? Because I think everything points towards that. Interest rates going up, who cares? That's old news. We've been reporting interest rates need to go up to hedge against inflation. That's the only tool that economists weren't using. They kept using interest-only mortgages, zero down, don't, you know. But again, in the States, a lot of people are kind of okay because they didn't pay $2.4 million for a house that you could buy in rural Florida for 40 grand. So a lot of people did, like, they don't have it as bad as the people in Australia and New Zealand and the United Kingdom, right? So this is what I'm predicting, and everything is pointing towards this. I mean, everything is pointing towards 2024. And feel free to leave your comments below. Is this just another little fear porn from Mike? Accountability on the table is horrendous. What's been coming up and what's been being exposed is coming up. Controlled opposition everywhere. Interest rates need to go up to hedge against inflation. And people borrowing money, thinking that their houses are going to keep going up in price and using their homes as an ATM machine, that's their fault. Americans, student loan, people over leveraged, people taking on too much debt. It's all going to come. In 2019, we were seeing the remnants of this. We were seeing what was happening in 2019 when the whole world was protesting. Lebanon, Egypt, France, Hong Kong, Argentina, Chile, Mexico, everywhere was protesting, and the Western media flipped it as climate change and got Greta on the front. And people today need to, adults today need to be accountable for the next future. What next future? So that's the problem we're in right now. I see everything pointing to 2024, man. Accountability, economically, financially. The burden's going to be hard, and it could go out to all-out civil war, and then reinstate and make sure that, and then basically what they'll do is the Constitution will be engraved in stone, in landmarks everywhere, and the statues and all the founding father statues and all the historical statues will all be put up back up, and there'll be more a transparent media, right? Everything's at play here. And I think 2024, man, is going to be the year of the years. I could be dead wrong, like, I'm wrong, just like everybody else is. But this is what I'm feeling here. What do you guys think? Now, we're going to see more of a Soviet-style collapse of the American government? Are we going to see America spark into civil war? Or are we going to see, what are we going to see? Are we going to see tribunals to correct this mess and accountability be accounted for? Right? Like, what are we going to do? What's going to happen? As more and more truth starts to surface, controlled opposition is having a really tough time maintaining it and distracting people away from what's really, really going to happen. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get going here. I'm going to go open my store. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.